Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today what we're going to do is set up my reading planner for quarter 3. So this should be a fairly simple setup on the reading planner because I am not working with like 4 or 5 different planners on this one. Let's talk about what I currently use for my reading planner. It's actually a reading journal, and then we will get into what I need to do to set it up for quarter 3. So I use the Plan reading journal as my base structure, and then I put basically all of my own inserts in here because in her reading journal she only uses journal pages, which I love, but she doesn't have any of the other stuff in her journal, which is great. That was great. That was actually the reason I bought the journal instead of the planner, because I don't need to plan my reading, but I do like to journal about it. So the way I have my reading journal set up is that I have an annual section where I have my like specialty pages. I have my book lists that I want to try to read through. I have little custom pages. I have like a list of my favorite authors. These pages don't change. They're gonna stay. I don't need to change these out. Sometimes I might need to update them, but I don't have any updates I need to make for quarter 3. So, but I have things like my book bingo that I'm working through, a reading wish list, stuff like that. They are not changing for quarter 3. Then in each month, I have just a plastic divider, which I just got from Amazon. And I have a dashboard, which I make. This is available in my reading planner that I have listed down below. But I use my own dashboards. And then I use my own monthly. And I decorate the monthly. I use a undated monthly calendar. And then I have my book championship insert, and then I use the Plan weekly journal pages and notes pages. That's really it. That's all I do for this planner. And then in the back is where I put all of my book reviews. Let's see if I can find these. I put all of the specialty pages I've made, like book reviews, reading wrap-ups. These are all a part of my own book planner that I have listed down below if you're interested. But I do need to update some of these for the next quarter. So let's get into it. Like I said, this one should be kind of straightforward. So in this planner, what I need to do is take out the monthlies. And I'm not going to take out the dashboards because I leave those, right? They're not dated. I tend to leave these. Now, I do set this planner up 6 months at a time. The other planners that I set up for quarter 3, most of those were all 3-month planners. I set them up for the quarter. But since my reading journal, I'm actually not planning. I'm just using like 1 page per month. Well, 1 page per week for my journaling. I definitely can set it up 6 months at a time, and that's what I tend to do. Okay. So I have all of my monthly inserts, my old monthly inserts taken out right here. Now I'm going to go through, and any notes pages I didn't use, I'm going to make sure I use those. I'm going to pull them out so that I make sure I use them in this quarter, because there's no need to waste a notes page, and you can use it. See, and these are really nice notes pages. So if I didn't use it, I'll put them in this new quarter and try to use it there. Okay. So also in my last month, I should have probably a few pages that I keep and I move from month to month. Like I keep a running list of some books that I want to read on a books to read printable. I don't need all these copies. I don't know why. Probably because I move them from month to month. But I keep that, and that just goes with me through each month, and also my series tracker. So this I will move from month to month as well. So I pull that out because I will repurpose these for the next quarter. Okay, so that's it. These are now old inserts. I will put them in my storage planner, and we're done. So the next thing I want to do, couple of things. You notice that my plastic dividers have monthly labels. I just stuck these on here. They actually came from an undated planner from Happy Planner, and I just used the labels. I'm always looking for different ways to use the content and the supplies that I buy. So I have a bunch of these little label sheets. They come in every single undated planner. Some journals they come in, and I don't throw them away. I keep them because you never know when you need a label. Well, you always need a label, right? You can use it for anything. So I take these out of those undated planners. Even if I'm going to discard the planner, I keep this. And I use it whenever I need to. So I will replace these starting in July. But I'm going to do that at the last step. Right now, I'm going to go in and put in my monthly inserts. So I'm going to start with the inserts that I printed. Like I said before, these inserts are available. These inserts are available down below if you're interested. But I always have a monthly overview, and I have a books to read list. What I use this page for is when I'm keeping track of what books are going to be released for that week, I usually put those in my monthly. But sometimes I want to go back and I read a book that is not released during that month. It could have been released 20 years ago, and I want to read it. And so I like to kind of have a place where I can write that down, because this is really for new releases, but this is for any book. Maybe I read a book that was released in July, but it was a part of a series, and it's like 5 more books in the series that I didn't know about. I would come in and I would write them here. That's how I use that. And then my book championship is where I keep track of the books. Like I have a competition each month from the top books that I read, and I end up with one favorite book of the month. And that basically is what my monthly inserts look like. So I just need to put one set of inserts for each month. Have a lot here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab them. They all look the same. I will point out on this overview page, I think I talked about this in one of the videos that I did when I was talking about preparing for quarter 3. This overview page is available in the inserts that I have linked down below. It's always been available. I just wasn't using it because I just didn't think I wanted to do a monthly overview. But I saw when Happy Planner released their book journal, which is cute. You know what I mean? It was cute. I like mine better. Theirs was cute. I did like how they had their goal tracker at the beginning of the month as a stack of books. Now, I've always had this stack of books in my reading journal. But I never thought to use it as like a 0 to 100% goal tracker. And so when I saw Happy Planners, I was like, I have something similar to that. I don't need to buy their journal. Just use what I've already made. And that's where this came from. So I went back and I pulled this sheet out of my insert set. And I said, I'm going to use that for the last half of the year. And I'm going to use this as a monthly goal tracker. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, if you saw my prep video for quarter 3, that's what I was talking about when I said I might create a new monthly overview, or I might use the one I have. I decided just to use the one I had. I worked on doing a new one, but honestly, it just wasn't like looking like I wanted it to look. And so, oh, I didn't pull out this one. Let me pull this out, make sure I get these. It wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look. So I said, you know what? Until I have more time to design it the way I want to design it, I'll just use what I have. Okay, and then for the last month, we have here. Okay, so what I have left are, well, before I do that, let me finish setting up the months. So right now, what I've put are my inserts for the month. So if I go into the month, I see my dashboard, I see my monthly overview. When I say my, I mean these are inserts I created, and then books to read, and then an undated calendar with a dot grid in the front, because I like to decorate my dot grid. Like for example, this was my January dot grid decorated. This was my February dot grid. I just like to decorate those dot grid pages. So I decorate that monthly undated, and then I have my book championship. That's what it looks like now. What I need to come in here and do is add in the Kell of a Plan reading inserts. This is my catch-all, not catch-all. This is my, you could call it a catch-all, but this is my Franken Planning insert overflow planner. I have the various inserts that I use in all my Franken Planning, my catch-all, my work, my reading, everything is in here. I need to kind of clean it out, but as you see, here's my reading section. What this has is the reading journal page from Kell of a Plan. And this basically is all that comes in her planner. These pages, well, not planner, because she sells a reading planner and a reading journal. In her reading journal, this is pretty much all that comes into it. She has a reading journal page, and she has these notes pages. This, I love this. I think this is the perfect solution for me. In her planner, she has like a weekly planning page. She has a little bit more, but it's not set up to be a journal. It's basically just a one-page weekly planner, and I just didn't need that personally, because I don't plan my reading weekly, but I do like the journal. So when she came out with the journal, which was a new product for 2025, I snapped it up because it was perfect for me, and I've really enjoyed using it. But what I do with these pages is that I put enough journal pages in each month behind my pages so that I have enough journal pages for that month. Usually 2 is enough because they're double-sided. I mean, some weeks have 5 weeks, and I usually put the extras in the back so that if some months have 5 weeks. And what I do is anything that's left over, I put a couple of extras in the back of this planner so that if I run across a month that has 5 weeks, I just grab the extra from the back. And I'm especially going to do it this time because this is going to take me through the end of the year. So I had a few extra pages, as you see, just 2, not that many, and I'll stick those in the back. The next thing I'm going to do is add in my notes pages in each month. And I'm going to start with the notes pages I'm going to recycle from the previous quarter that I didn't use. Right, and then the rest of them, like I said, I'm going to stick them in the back and use them as I need them. So I'm going to put, since I have some extra, I'm going to put 2 notes pages in each month. These were lovely, lovely notes pages. Her paper quality, Kell of a Plan's paper quality is just unrivaled. It's so nice and thick. It's really a joy to write on. I have tried to replicate this paper quality, you know, buying different types of paper. I've come close, but I haven't been able to just really nail it down. So I had to give up and just use what I use. I use a really nice paper myself. But my paper is a little bit shinier than hers, and it's a little slicker. The paper I buy, I should say. And I was looking for something that had a little bit more tooth. Hers has a little bit more tooth to it, and I really like that. So I don't know where she gets it from, though, because I've tried different vendors, and I just can't make it work. Okay. So I have set up my journal now for the next 6 months. I use this bookmark in the week, which I'll put that in last. And I had some extra notes pages. These will go in the back as well with my other extra pages. But I'm going to do that at the end. The next thing I want to do is take my reading wrap-up pages. This is where I put these in the back. This is where I put the covers of all the books I read, and I just give a simple star. Right? I put them in the back. I print off enough for the next few months. I also printed some additional book review pages because I'm running out of book review pages. I don't necessarily print enough book review pages for the rest of the year, but I do print some pages to last me through a couple months. So, book review, book review, book review. I use 2 different formats for book review. I use a format that has up to 4 books you can review per page, front and back, which I like this. I actually intended to only print these. And then I use a format where you're reviewing 1 book on the front and 1 book on the back. I tend to use this one for books I really, really like. And these, when I don't want to write that much about the book, I'll use these. So I'm just kind of separating them so that they're together. And I just stick these in the back of the book review section. With the rest of my blank book review pages. This might be enough to last me all year. Then I also do audiobook reviews, you guys. Audiobooks are kind of new to me. I am not a big reader of audiobooks, or listener, I should say. But I have started to listen to audiobooks in 2025, and I've really enjoyed it. They don't really replace reading for me, I have to be honest with you. But what they do is, if I've already read the book, it gives me a totally different experience. And it's an experience that I have really enjoyed. Okay, I'm just trying to pull some of these audiobook reviews that I've already done. I don't want them lost in the back of these in blank pages. So I'm going to move them up here with my other books. But yeah, so that audiobook review, I don't think this one is a part of the current reading journal I have listed, because I kind of developed this one halfway through the year. But it will be in the one that I roll out in Q4. So I'm excited about that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is update my 100 book challenge, because I am almost finished with it. I will need a new 100 book challenge coming up in the next half of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. I also need a book of the year bracket in my months, as you will see, as I showed you. At the end of my monthly insert, I have a book championship. So the book that wins that month goes on to my book of the year bracket. This is also a new page, you guys. So, you know, let me know if you're interested in getting this page, and I'll see if I can get it uploaded somewhere for you. Otherwise, it will be in the new version of my reading journal that will roll out in October of this year. Okay, I am going to put my book championship. I'm going to put that up front. That's going to be a front page. So probably, I would say up here by my book of the year. Wow, this is getting thick. Really thick, and I'm not even finished with it, so. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put my overflow pages in the back. Some of these I'm going to take out because I don't think I need that many overflow pages. Okay. So this is for those months where I run into 5 weeks or I need some more notes pages. I can just grab them from here. And I leave this bookmark in this section so that I know that's my extras section. And then I'm going to come in here and put my this week bookmark, the first week of July. Okay. That looks good. Let me check something really quick and see which of these I want to carry over. I definitely need my series tracker, and I need my books to read. I don't think I need these extra books to read or book releases trackers. I have those in other places. I don't think I need that many extra. So I tend to keep these, like I said, in each month, because what happens with me is that I'll read a book and then I'm like, oh, this is a part of a series. I didn't know that. Let me go and find the other books in the series, and I'll put them on my to be read list that I may not read till months later. So I like to just keep track of that in my actual journal. But this looks great. Kind of thick. A little thicker maybe than I want it to be, because this has to last me for 6 months, you guys. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up taking some of these blank pages out to make it a little bit thinner. But right now, I'm very, very happy with it. The last thing I need to do is update these labels for the tab. Now, these labels tend to go on and off and come off really easily. But I will show you a little bit of a trick if you have any residue. So let me just pull all these off. And then we'll just, like I said, I'll show you a little trick about, because sometimes your labels will leave residue. It just depends on which type of label you're using. This one is not leaving that much residue, actually. But I'm still going to show you the trick just so that you can see the trick. Because I do have some labels that leave a lot of residue. And that can be annoying because if you put a new label down, it may not lay flat or something like that. So let me just grab what I use to help me clear off any residue. I use 100% acetone nail polish remover. You don't have to use a lot. You honestly just take a little bit. I just got this from the Dollar Tree. The secret is to at least, you guys, you need to use 100% acetone. If it's not 100% acetone, this trick won't work. And literally all you do is just rub wherever that residue is, and everything will come off. right? This works for other type of stickers as well, sticker residue. But I will say you want to do it for the residue only. This will not help you remove a sticker because it's acetone. So, you know, if you put this on trying to remove the sticker, then it's just going to dry out the sticker and it's going to make it even more difficult to remove. But it does lift up the residue. Now, I was like almost empty, so I didn't necessarily put enough on here, but it comes off really, really easily. I'm going to do that one just again because, again, see, this is almost empty. And that's it. And that will, and like I said, this works for all type of stickers, even like labels that you get from the store. Okay, I think that got a little bit on here. Actually, I'm just going to open this because it really wasn't getting on here like I needed it to. There we go. And yeah, it just wipes it right off. Really that simple. Be careful you don't get that on your furniture or things like that. You see, I didn't mind putting it on this plastic because I wiped it up right away. I wouldn't have put that on like just a piece of paper or on directly on my dashboard because it would have ruined it. But since this plastic is here, I went ahead, you know, it didn't matter as long as I got it up right away. Okay, so now I'm going to take these labels, which again, I'm just repurposing labels that came in a Happy Planner, undated planner from whenever. This could have been from 2023 as far as I know, because it doesn't matter. It's just a label. And it makes a beautiful label for this journal. And I didn't have to buy it. So always try to find ways where you can repurpose your supplies and your materials. There are so many ways to use the things that you buy. Because I know we're all concerned about consumerism and the economy, and you know, things are not nice right now. So if you have that stash of planners, try to find ways to use them. You get labels like this in every undated planner that you get from Happy Planner. A lot of the planner extension packs or accessory packs sometimes will have labels like this, and I just don't throw those away. I look for opportunities to use them. Okay, that is it. I have set up my reading journal for quarter 3. I will say it's a little bit thicker than I really want it to be. So now that I have this set up off camera, I'll probably go through and remove some of the excess pages. I might, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I wasn't going to do this, but I think I am. I think it makes sense. In my review section, I am going to remove some of my older wrap-ups. Well, that's only 2 pages. Yeah, I might remove some of my, no, I will remove some of my older wrap-ups and my older book reviews, and that will give me some extra room. And then I probably will not keep as many blank book review pages as I currently have in here. I don't think I need to keep that many. So that will give me some extra room in this planner. But yeah, that's it. This is my planner for Q3. I am so I should keep saying planner. This is my reading journal for quarter 3 and quarter 4 of 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a happy week planning.